Hi everyone. Hopefully you guys are doing well. Welcome to pre-scene analysis by me for upcoming December 2024 exam for strategic business leadership. A really amazing paper uh, for which the data have been released with you, and you have got enough information of industry, of company, and you will be getting an idea that what is going to come in exam. And yes, the industry matters here, and this time the industry is a really unique one. And you must have heard about the event management, right? So the industry is pertaining to event management. So again, a person having a knowledge in this event management skills obviously would be prevailing here. But let's see what we have in this upcoming strategic business leadership December 2024 pre-scene analysis. So just to announce that I'm launching a crash course after these pre-scene classes. In this crash course, what will be the aim? The aim would be that in this pre-scene, I'll be analyzing complete pre-scene, right? In this crash course, I will be analyzing complete pre-scene. And once I have analyzed complete pre-scene, what will be the aims? I'll be giving you a guess view or guess of questions, right? In the last attempt, I remember students told that maximum of the requirements were tested. Yeah. And so how in teacher can get this? Huh? How in teacher can get this? So after these pre-scene classes, which I'll be taking now, you have an idea that you will be getting to know about industry, and you will be getting to know about the company. So there can be around 40 to 50% of requirements predicted what they're gonna be testing, right? So 40 to 50% of requirements can be predicted here. And then analyzing complete pre-scene will be done today in parts. Obviously, I'll be posting in parts here on my all social media channels. Then I'll be giving you a guess of questions. Then we will be solving three latest exams, right? These will be conducted as a mock of particular students, and at last I'll be conducting two mocks based on pre-scene. Right now, this is a really important for everyone. Those who are attempting, these are important for everyone. Those who are attempting exam in attempting SBL exam in December 24. So the crash course will be designed in a way that you will be analyzing the complete pre-scene. I'll be doing it now. And then there will be a guess of questions, guys. Do you know the questions guesses? That I'll be looking at the pre-scene. I'll be giving you the questions, what can be tested. Then three latest exams will be solved, which named are Cogets, right? PVS, and particularly the football company. I don't exactly remember the name. So these three exams will be solved. And at last, in the last 2 weeks, I'll be conducting two mocks based on pre-scene. Now, those who want to learn the drafting techniques, they can see these three questions classes, and then two mocks based on pre-scene, in which one will be solved by tutor, right? Whereas one will be solved by students, and I'll be marking it. And anyone can send to it, right? Anyone can send to me. Those who are enrolled with me or not, if they want to just attempt this mock, they can obviously send it to me. So one will be solved by students, right? And I'll mark it. Okay. So this is the complete crash course. For more details, at last I'll be providing you the industry insights as well, right? Like you must have some in good industry knowledge, like what's happening in event management. If you remember the last case study, it was the Biago Uber Karim type of industry. So you were knowing that requirements were quite similar that's happening in today's world. Like they were launching a app like Food Panda, right? So this was the requirement of some students, I remember. So that means the current things happening in this industry can also become a requirement. And once you have got the requirements predicted, you can easily prepare to the point. So my aim of these classes will be to get you prepared to the point and get you past this paper. Okay. So if you guys need a particular update regarding this, you can contact me on this WhatsApp number. It's +923312623849. Right? So this is the content. Our target for today will be to cover the introduction and highlights event management history industry, right? So these will be the targets. We have 10 pages around, and introduction would be particularly towards the industry, and then event management industry they have given you of their country, but again, current today's world is dealing with this industry as well, so we should be having an enough idea what we should be doing. Okay. So introduction, Rodnim Events, this is our company name, guys. Remember these company names, it's essential for ranking. So remember these company names, right? It gets you link with scenario, like naming of people, naming of apologies, naming of people, naming of things, all that gets you particularly linking with the scenario. So is an event management business. Oh, it's a unique one, right? It's a service sector, I believe, right? It's a service sector, I believe. It's an event management one, I believe, based in the country of Ireland, right? It's in the country of Ireland, the country name. You must have to remember that, right? Rodnim was established 6 years ago, guys. 6 years ago. You know what that mean, huh? You know what that mean? 6 years ago means it's a recent one, huh? It's a recent one. So the students, those who are from Pakistan or India, they might relate a movie as well that was regarding the event management. You can a Bollywood movie, I remember. So you can comment on the name in my comments as well regarding that movie. So that might relate here. So yeah, this is what SBL is. They can relate with anything, right? So 6 years ago, and specializes in managing events for both corporate and private clients. So both corporate and private clients are catered here, right? In this event management service, the two founders, Rodnim, decided to set up a partnership rather than a limited company. So the founders decided that we are going to have the partnership, right? Rather than a limited company. So we are going to have a partnership. Now, they both have separate status and they both have they both have separate designations, separate status. The partnership have some separate consequences, and the limited company has separate consequences. So here comes an initial requirement of differences. They can test that, right? Differences of partnerships and limited company, right? So differences of partnerships and limited companies. The green highlighters are things to remember, okay? The red ones are questions predicted. I'm making a marking key here as well. Okay, so things to remember, question practice. They could maintain the total control over the business. So they could ask you a requirement like, what will be the benefits of partnerships rather than limited company? Why this Rodnim thought of making a partnership rather than limited company? What will be the consequences if they converted their partnership to limited company? Now, these are the requirements which at initial we can see can be tested, right? At initial, we can see can be tested. Events management industry. Industry, guys, you must have your knowledge as well. I believe that in SPL, your internal knowledge could also play a role here. Like you can relate with those knowledges in this exam, and that gets you past this. Just remember that. Like if you want to pass, that will get you past this. So how let's event management industry? What's that? What's that? So events are arranged to allow people to interact with each other, right? Normally for a planned and stated specified purpose. Events vary in size. Larger events include corporate conferences, music concerts, festivals, sports events. So see, these event management is my business, right? Event management is my business, whereas I have different events. That's my product. So you must be knowing about your product. Your business is, guys, your business is, and I'm talking about industry, not my company, right? What's happening in industry. So my business is event management, whereas my products can be conference management can be my product, marriage can be my product, marriage management, not marriage management, event management of marriage, right? Festivals and sports events. So these all are my product, right? Festivals, sports, and all that. These all, guys, are my product. Did you get this, huh? These all are my product. Did you get this? So they can vary in size, and yeah, these sizes are different, right? Their sizes are different, and apart from sizes, their margins can be different, right? And you being an analyst, you could be asked like comment on the margins analysis, right? You being an analyst, you can be asked that comment on the feedback of customer services. Like corporate conferences might like our services, whereas festivals or marriage might not like our services, right? So guys, rather than going on to the industry first, think what's given here. They have told you my business, they have told you the industry's product, right? So product mix can be asked, product mix can be commented on. Things like these can be catered, right? Corporate conferences, music concerts, smaller events includes weddings and other parties, sometimes a parties, celebration. They also are my products and my customers, right? Event management business specializes in arranging different type of events for their clients, right? And businesses plan and organizing events and coordinate the delivery and management of event itself, right? So that means someone will come me, they'll tell about their event, and you have to guide them that what you will be doing for them. If you can relate, if you guys are married, so you can relate it to your marriage event, like how did things happen. So this is a practical case study, I must say. And the industry is really practical, right? If you just have celebrated the birthday, so you must have asked your any event planners for getting that. So this industry is really, really, really relatable, just like Uber and Kareem. In fact, on my channel, the last attempt, right? On my channel, you can see the analysis of the previous attempt. And one of my students, I take a podcast. So she was saying that so this industry was really happening to me because I use daily Uber to reach to office. So I can relate with this scenario. Similarly, those who have done the events or got these things being solved, so they must can relate here, right? So this is the things here. Just a second. Yeah. So I'll be taking the queries as well. Don't worry, guys. I'll be taking the queries. One of the student has asked us, can we relate to our experience? Yeah, you can obviously relate to our experience. No problem at all, right? So an event management business is responsible for ensuring that all aspects run smoothly to the events and meets the objectives. Event management businesses charge a fee to clients for managing events. Any revenue generated itself kept by the client. Okay, so now this is something you should be thinking of. Like, there can be fundraising events as well, right? So whatever the revenue is being generated, they will be taken by the client, but the management of event that you have done, you'll be given a fee. Now that's a separate thing. Like in marriages, you get the parcels, you get the money, and you get all these things, right? So whoever's marriage is that, they get the funds that have been received from the guests, right? But those who have managed the events, they get a fee for that. Did you get this? Huh? Did you get this? I'm relating with this, right? So that you can easily connect with me. Huh? Now, usually for larger events, events management are asked by a client to tender. Now, this is something huge, right? Sometimes client tender, like invite the planners, like pitch your idea, guys. How you gonna be managing our event? Kindly pitch it. So sometimes, if they're the extreme businesses or the wedding of a money, you must be relating that as well. Huh? It might have gone to tender that who's gonna bid or who's gonna manage that, huh? Event planner, right? To manage the event in their tender submission, each events management businesses would explain how services they would provide at the fee they would uh, the These are the initial details. They are be given by the planners in the tender, and then the client accepts the bid, whomever attracts it, right? Like, for example, they can say that we'll arrange a celebrity as well. We'll be getting you some architectural looks in your events. So if you like the history or something, so you can opt for that tender, right? But you think the celebrities would add a charm, so you can go for that particular industry. So think of it, guys. Now, this is getting engaged in the industry, and my analysis on every page would be as much as detailed like this, so that those who haven't celebrated an event must have an idea like what happens here, right? Now the tenders would then be considered and contract managed. The event would be awarded with the tender which is most acceptable to the client. Now, how acceptability is determined, right? Attracting at a good price, this could be acceptability. Come on, guys, tell me. Attracting at a good price, that could be a particular thing. And similarly, attracting at a good price, or connecting with the client. Yeah, if you think that your client like these services, so you can also go on. Huh? If you think that your client loves these services, or architecture, you can pitch the architecture here. If you think that my client is a fan of that actor, that it relates to me, or I can call him, so we can charge extra, so you can pitch that idea as well, right? So it's ultimately in the hand of client, and these are really big businesses, the tenders. So you earn good. If you have got any event in the tender, you earn good, right? But at the first time, or if you're an initial one, you might have to get your prices low and services high, because you are new to that. But once you get named by the industry, so you have a great idea, right? Then in 2003, revenue generated. Now, this is the industry insights, guys. This is the industry insights that you should be awareing of. Like how my industry performed worldwide. And again, I'm not talking about the company yet. I'm talking about the industry yet, right? So in 2003, revenue generated from events globally was estimated at this. Oh my God, 1.9 billion industry. So any good, like the CFOs are here as well in my classes, so they can ask her, how was your company? Huh? If you are saying that you had a global industry, if you're saying that having a global industry would get you, if you're saying that having a global industry could, just a second, yeah. If you're saying that having a global industry could have a revenue of 1.9 billion, and if you stand at 10 billion, that means you have nothing. You have peanuts, right? If you stand at 10 billion, that means there's nothing. Did you get this, right? So that means what's your performance? You must be having that. Huh? What's your performance? You must be having that. So 11% annual growth, That's great. If an industry is growing at a rate of 11%, that's really great. And for each of the next 5 years, oh my God, for 5 years, you're going to be getting 11% growth. Now, that's a really good performing industry, guys. Again, I need to see your performance, the company's performance as well. But as far as industry is concerned, it's a great or good industry, right? It's a great or good industry. Event management businesses charge between 35 and 40% of event ticket sales in fees for managing events, making it a financially lucrative and very competitive industry. So that means 35 to 40% of event tickets sales are being charged by fees. Now, this charge seems to be of any concert that you have arranged. It's also an event. So the quotation that you have given, like whatever the revenue will be, the 30% would be of the managements of events, right? Just like a concert happened in Abu Dhabi. So the management of that event, who managed that event, they must have charged particularly 30 to 40% as well, right? So this is kind of a variable fees being charged as well. This is kind of a variable fees charged as well, right? This is kind of a variable fees. Yeah. So corporate clients and similar private particular corporate clients and smaller private events are normally charged a fixed fee, right? So smaller events are charged a fixed fee, but if there's a big event, so it can be charged. If it's a big event, so it can be charged at a percentage of the revenue collection as well. So guys, this is a really attractive industry, I believe. You might, if you want to be a businessman, this paper teaches you how to get a businessman, right? This paper teaches you how to be a businessman, so we can go on that as well, right? So this industry is great, I believe. So any pointers that we have taken from the analysis, so let's connect on that as well, right? I'll be adding a page here so that I can make my notes as well, right? So Rodnim is the company name, okay? Event management is the industry, and I'll be sharing this analysis as well, right? The complete PDF and this as well, okay? Products are much and can lead to different revenue streams as well, right? So you can get different revenue streams through this. There are sports events. These are the products, right, of yours. And then we saw fees to the clients, right? We charge the fees to the clients, right? Fees to the clients, and fees can be percentage of revenue or a fixed fee, right? So fees can be percentage of revenue or a fixed fee. And then we have tender business as well, right? We get some big clients, the big fishes, the big sharks through tenders, right? At tenders, we might earn very good. Now that's on luck. And we might earn low. And that depends on the tenders competition. If we are the lone one, we might earn really good. But if we have a tough competition or we are a new one, we might get low, right? So industry, yeah, 11% growth, guys. Industry, 11% growth. It's great. Okay. Similarly, for 5 years, 1.9 billion revenue. This is really huge for the global world. Now, here comes a question from the skeptical mind. What's your share of this industry, sir? Can you tell me what's your share? So obviously we couldn't tell now. We haven't read our numbers, but we so far analyzing industry, we got this. So you must have an idea. And for big events, we have to give competitive prices and negotiate it. Corporate and private clients can do the negotiations as well. So far, analyzing this, we got this information, right? So I'll be making a complete paper for the students as well. What else I should do, guys? Tell me. So SBL's December 24 pre-scene analysis booklet by SAB. It's Sheikh Abdul Basit, right? So in this part, I have analyzed the first page. I'll be going in event management in Harland and types in the next part. So we get an idea, we'll get a much bigger picture of it as well. If you can see just a random look at a graph. So this is how the events look like music concerts, festivals, conferences, sports events. So we'll be discussing this pie chart as well, like what it tells and how or where we lie here as well, right? So this also tells us the same thing. And this was part one, right? Next parts will also be posted on my all social media channels, and all the students, those who want to prepare themselves for the strategic business leadership December 2024 attempt, what they have to do, they have to text me on this WhatsApp for the crash course details. And what are the crash course they're going to be? I'll be analyzing the complete pre-scene, and that's really free. I'll be posting that on YouTube. I'll be guessing the requirements. I'll be solving these 3 exams with you guys, right? Like I'll be typing on the exam practice platform. Apart from that, I'll conduct the major thing, 2 mocks based on pre-scene. Now, this is the thing that you should be having for. Like the mocks, you should be having before the paper, which relates to the paper of industry. That's great, right? Industry exams, or I'll be making this complete mock, analyzing the complete pre-scene. Like I'll take 3 to 4 days to make mocks like that, right? And I'll be sharing with all the students, those who are registered with me, so that they can solve one paper and send it to me. And I'll be particularly solving one paper complete. That means 4 papers and 1 week given to the students for the industry based mock, right? So this will help you in particularly drafting the answers based on this pre-scene, right? So the thing that I believe is going to helping you is these mocks, and it will take me around 3 to 4 days to make it, and then I'll be sharing with everyone, those who are connected with me, right? So this is the thing. Hopefully you guys loved my session. You can comment on the numbers, or you can send me your feedback on the WhatsApp, or can comment on the channels that I've posted it in. And do wait for my upcoming parts. I'll be posting the parts in every 6 hours, right? Thank you.